Thank you very much. They gave me the key slot right before the food. Okay. I'll figure out somebody to punish for that later. Listen, thank you very much for having me. We're thrilled to have you here. We've got a good partnership with Impact, and they've been doing great work, but mostly telling your stories. Here, the deal is the chamber is 100 years old. This building is 90 years old. And it was purpose-built for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce on the site of Daniel Webster's home, actually. And there have been business leaders, such as yourselves, right here in this room at critical points in our nation's history. 1929, 1945, 1969, pick the time, pick the date. You're sitting in places where your predecessor entrepreneurs sat to deal with the great challenges that presented to them. And every time, including in times when it didn't look like we'd overcome, the country did overcome, and our business community continued to grow and prosper. People ask me what the chamber is really all about, and I always come down to the core thing that we tell the story that business is the answer, not the problem, that free enterprise is the answer and not the problem, and that really what that means is you're the answer. You're the answer for the challenges we have as a country. I do believe that what you're doing is a sacred calling. You're out there creating wealth, prosperity, but most particularly creating jobs. You might notice the big banner on the front of our building. And I often say the best thing that anybody can do for a stranger is to employ them. So whatever anybody says about nonprofit world and doing good works, you're doing good works. Anytime you employ somebody, you're doing more than anybody else could give them, and you should be very proud about that. And this is people yelling next door. And I just want to thank you for that. Now, this is a time in our nation's history where there's a lot of pessimism, right? The political system seems to be just running around in circles. We've got tremendous debts, deficits, entitlement issues. In the near term, we're running into a fiscal cliff challenge. Ultimately, I have great optimism about this country. And that's not just some sort of frothy emotional optimism. I come back to look at the fundamentals. Just in terms of natural resources, energy, water, et cetera, how many countries are there in the world that we'd be willing to switch places with? Not many, actually. How about demographics? Well, we're certainly not going to switch with China or Europe or Japan. How about entrepreneurial spirit and history of this country? Well, that's not even close. There's no country that has an entrepreneurial history like ours. So the fundamentals are all there for us to be tremendously successful as a country in the future. I absolutely do not agree with American declinism. Our best days are behind us. What you're seeing in the world is challenged, and they're thirsty for our leadership. They're thirsty for our reasserting ourselves economically, and you guys are all key to that. So I'm, at the end of the day, very optimistic. What we have to do to be successful is figure out how to get out of our own way. We have to figure out how to access the energy that we have in this country, how to have a competitive tax system and regulatory system that gets out of the way and allows you to be successful. And that's, at the end of the day, what we're here to help you to do. So again, thank you very much. I'll let you eat now, but we very much appreciate everything you do, and you should be extremely proud of what you do. Thank you.